What is good? Go 1099. Now, seeing the title, you can tell this is gonna be different. Just like that KO. In this video, I'm gonna go over and share with you guys the fighters that I've used the most in this past season that just ended. Now, this season, like every season, you have certain fighters that you use more than others. This season, I feel like I added some different fighters to my arsenal, and it was a fun season, you know. Plenty of KOs, rage quits, submissions, you know, the regular deal. But no need in talking about it too much. I want you guys to see it alongside with me. So let's get into it with the first fighter. Now, starting off in the lower divisions, we have OMalley. OMalley, man, he just has a flair that I really like. Being a technical striker, somebody that I feel like I have a good amount of knowledge when it comes to this game. He complements my style very well. Like, look at that. He didn't even need to touch the man. KO win. The man has laser focus, for those who don't know, that makes his straights way more accurate and faster than those who don't have the perk. His taekwondo, man, makes it to where all his kicks just have a naturally faster and more accurate wind up to it. So when it lands, it does a lot of damage, as you will see. The skirmisher perk that he has also allows him to use his footwork at a very good rate, and his footwork is 94, so that's definitely a plus, man. His switch stance is a 97, so he can fight in both stances. Very beneficial. His blocking is an 87, so you definitely don't want to just stand in front of your opponent. Just gotta acknowledge that combo. That was disgusting. Everything he does is just smooth like butter. 94 footwork makes it easier for him to get out of dodge when he gets his attack in. Doesn't stay there waiting and wondering what you're gonna throw back at him. That's how you should play with OMalley. The 97 accuracy also just makes it to where whatever he throws, kicks, punches, it's likely it's gonna find you. So don't play. It doesn't matter that he doesn't have the same power. Oh! When he throws, it's lethal. Devastating. Edison Barboza. Now, Edson, somebody that I was vocal on with not really being comfortable using him in the first half of the game, but I'll say I've been using Edison this past season, and he's a very fun fighter to use. It took me having to go in and look to see that he was a 5-star striker to really give him a serious chance again. And I don't regret it, man. With probably the most powerful kicks and the most fastest kicks in the division, sitting at a cool 99 kick speed, followed by a 98 kick power. So yeah, safe to say you don't want to get hit by kicks. But don't think his hands are sweet either, because he has a 93 power followed by a 92 punch speed. And that's the thing, once you open up and allow him to get those kicks off, oh man, never ends well. Alexander the Great Volkanovski. Man, this man right here, I got so much respect for him as a fighter. After that Brian Ortega bout where he was able to get out of damn near death submission attempts that 90% of that division would not have been able to get out of. After that update, his cardio increased, so now him and Max are near neck and neck. Max still has that 1 point advantage over him at a 99 cardio, but 98 cardio is damn good, and it's definitely enough to keep up with the pace of Max, as long as you don't let him hit you too much. And this opponent right here was the epitome of an aggressive, relentless Max Holloway. But the more they throw, the harder they fall. Brian T. City Ortega. Now, man, Brian Ortega, I think he is that dark horse in featherweight. People don't want to use him, and I can't really say people used him too much in UFC 3. Look at that. That's nasty. But let me tell you, man, he's just that fun fighter that you can just hop on and be a menace everywhere the fight goes with. His hands are certified, so don't think it's sweet. He has a 93 punch power followed by a 92 punch speed, 91 accuracy, 91 blocking, 96 switch stance, so he can fight out of both stances. But his ground game, oh man. He's not someone that can get the fight down to the ground at an elite level, but if the fight does get there, whether you're on top or bottom, you in for hell. 96 submission defense, 97 submissions. Don't even try it. Don't even try. Just get up. Get to your feet. Leon Edwards. Now, Leon. Some would say he's my favorite fighter in this game. And I'm not here to argue that. All I'm here to do is tell you why I've been using him. Because, man, he's just the epitome of a fighter. Oh my God, look at that. He's just a complete fighter, man. You can't go wrong with him. 32nd first round KO. My fastest KO of the season. Put Leon against the best fighters in welterweight, and he still has an advantage somewhere. Even with Kamaru Usman, who I've been rocking with heavy this season, the hands favor Leon Edwards, and it's not even close, man. He's just a magician out there, a technical god, some would say, and he's just smooth. You don't have to rush things. If you want to go into Leon's style of just outpointing his opponent and just breaking them down, you can do that, because all it takes is one wrong move, and if your opponent is smart, they won't overstep their boundaries, but it always happens. They get a little too confident, and Leon makes them pay for it every time, at least when I use him. And that's why I like him, man. He's just an overall beast. One of those players that you can always just go to and never really have to worry about being at a disadvantage anywhere. 91 punch power, not the best, but 94 speed makes up for it, with 93 accuracy, 91 blocking, and 93 switch stance. I mean, man is a beast. 92 footwork. He's just, you know, a well-balanced fighter. You want to be defensive, you can. Look at that. Counter striking is just magnificent. When you're using somebody who's supposed to be a counter specialist, it just makes it even more fun. When I use Leon, I like to focus on the defense just as much as the offense, because being able to evade strikes opens it up for me to apply whatever game plan I want. And the pulls, man, the pulls, oh my goodness, just amazing, bro. And to top it off, his grappling is decent too, so don't think it's sweet when he gets on top, because he'll still end it. Israel Adesanya. This fighter probably will go down in history as being one of my favorites in this video game, and I don't think it's really too hard to explain why. The man is the best striker in this division, and he's one of the hardest fighters to use. I think that's what makes him so fun for me, knowing that many people don't even want to try to attempt to solve the puzzle of figuring out how to master Izzy, because it's a tough stretch. It's not easy playing with somebody as long as him. You have to get used to the range, but boy, when you do, it's just fun, man. And the thing with Izzy, he's not the fighter to pick up to try to just run through your opponent all in one round. That's Robert Whittaker. With Izzy, you take your time, you break your opponent down, and the openings will present themselves. It's like clockwork. You can't have perfection if you're just rushing and trying to force stuff, you know. And with 5-star health, Izzy proves in this game that you have to be patient. He doesn't take too many crazy blows in real life, so in the video game you have to have that same approach. Be cautious, you know. Don't try to just put Izzy in dangerous situations. Look at that counter work, man. Just take your time. Look at the fakes. Enough said, man. Israel Adesanya, 5-star health, 96 legs, 94 recovery, 95 cardio, 94 chin. Be smart, be cautious, and his 98 accuracy with his 99 switch stance will make sure you need. I don't even need to say any more stats, do I? He's a 5-star striker. You know what it is. Israel Dasanya is a beast. Now, you thought I forgot about this man. No, I did not. Kamaru, the Nigerian Nightmare Usman. Kamaru, he's somebody who I think will go down as being one of the best fighters of this game, because when you look at Undisputed 3, when you look at UFC 2, UFC 3, there's always that one fighter that you think of. I think Kamaru might be that guy. He's solid everywhere. 4.5-star striking, 100 takedown defense. The only man to have 100 takedown defense in the game. That's something definitely worth noting. The 94 blocking, 95 power, 92 punch speed, with the 98 cardio. Man, he's a tank, man. 95 chin, so you have to really do a lot to get him out of there, and it's well deserved. He goes out there and he puts it all out there when he fights. Him and Kobe has some wars, man. But yeah, Usman, certified beast. And this all brings me to the last person on my list. This is a fighter that I've had the most fun using last season, mainly because most of, if not all of the fights, never make it out of the first round. Francis Ngannou, man. 100 punching power, the most in this video game's franchise history. As a stat, to have 100 power, that's insane, but he deserves every bit of it, man. The man doesn't have the best cardio, sitting at an 89, but who needs cardio when you're doing stuff like that? Oh man, it's just a tough task trying to make it out the first. If you're not throwing, you get walked down and possibly get caught with something that puts you in trouble, to get hit with more vicious blows. If you do throw, get countered to death, and it only takes one to get the instant flash. I mean, I don't know what much to say. Francis is just one of the most dominating figures that we've seen in a video game in a very long time. Now, this was just my list of the fighters that brought me the most pleasure with using last season. If you made it through to the end of this video, now I want to know what fighters you guys have been using this past season. What's your mains, fighters you only use, or just fighters that keep this game fresh and fun to you? That's kind of what I do. I just like using a wide repertoire of different fighters. Keeps the game fresh. Nothing like adding a new fighter to your arsenal. Maybe this video put you on to some fighters that you'll give a second chance. Who knows? But I appreciate y'all for watching, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.